Bunch of officers. This is just daily life here at the moment.
My family lives right there, and they can't even go out because of them. I fucking hate all this shit.
Cops are pulling out. Blue Subaru, I'm not sure if you're on the call.
Did you arrest anyone?
Are you guys reporters?
Yeah.
Wonderful. You're doing your job?
Yeah.
I am too. Have a blessed day.
What's your job?
What happened to you?
I just got randomly pulled over.
You got pulled over. What did they say to you?
Well, they just said the random check. I'm a U.S. citizen, and they accused me of armed robbery.
Armed robbery?
Yeah, which has never been on my record.
How long have you lived in America for?
Well, since we were little.
30 years.
Yeah, more than 30 years.
More than 30 years.
Yeah.
Did you ever expect to get treated like this?
No,
Was it because of how you look? Is that what happened?
Yes.
I think so, you know.
They were racially profiling us.
Minneapolis, the latest target of the Trump administration's mass deportation agenda and crackdown on civil liberties.
I don't pose.
The president stands with ICE, I stand with ICE, we stand with all of our law enforcement officers.
ICE's elevated violence and militaristic tactics culminated in the killing of an unarmed civilian observer, Renee Good.
She was an agitator, a professional troublemaker.
This was an act of domestic terrorism.
Despite there being no evidence for those claims, the onslaught here continues, and the city is pushing back.
To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis.
For weeks, the city has been abuzz with protest and resistance that has only intensified since Good's death. So when a far-right influencer organised a small pro-ICE rally, he faced an overwhelming reaction.
The Somalis have taken over your neighborhoods! You're being replaced! Do you not understand you're being replaced?
During Trump's first term, this kind of mass turn-ups of far-right militia were such a feature of, sort of shows of street power. The reality is, he has an entire federal agency now that's doing that work for him.
I think Nazis should have no space to fucking do anything. Speak at all, show up anywhere. They're like a fucking virus.
What color my skin is?
Oh yeah, me too.
It has to do
How do you
with...
guys feel about what ICE is doing here at the moment?
Terrorism. It's domestic terrorism. They don't have a legal right to be here. They don't have a legal right to do what they're doing. They come in without warrants. 2 of my friends were taken off the street last week because it's about intimidation and terror. They want to put us back in our place as they see it, and we won't stand for it.
Among those protesting is Patty O'Keefe. She's one of thousands of citizen observers patrolling the city to track ICE activities. She invited us to join her and her partner on a patrol.
Somebody just said that there's ICE idling, so maybe if we could head that.
Do you know
that
how
way.
to get there?
Yeah, you can just go up to like 35th or 38th.
What does idling mean? They're just like staging there, or like?
Yeah, well, there's been a
hanging
lot
out.
of reports of ICE agents like kind of tracking kids home from school.
Right.
We don't know for sure, but presumably they're looking for a kid to follow home.
Patty has her own experience with ICE's aggressive use of force.
I was violently arrested and detained by ICE a week ago, so last Sunday, January 11th. We were blowing our whistles and honking our horns because that's been kind of the core way that we alert our neighbors that ICE is in the area. And then they stopped the car, got out of the car, surrounded our vehicle, pepper sprayed into the front window vent.
So they pepper sprayed directly into the vent of your car?
Yes.
And then they smashed the window?
Yeah, and they smashed both the passenger and driver's side windows at the same time.
And then you were taken to the federal building by the airport?
Correct, yes. One of them said, you guys gotta stop obstructing us. That's why that lesbian bitch is dead. Referring to Renee Good, who had been killed just a few days earlier.
I just wonder why you're still doing it.
It is a little bit scary. I'm a bit more scared now than I was. I feel more fear in my body than I did. I think that's their goal. I think their goal is to intimidate you, It's to make you feel afraid. I don't want to give in to that.
We're on some very icy roads to Carleton County, which is about 2 hours outside of Minneapolis. It's one of those counties that swung in the 2024 election to Donald Trump in a blue state. It's the first time in almost 100 years the county went Republican. I think I've been this cold in my entire life. This is a candidate forum for the Republican governor's primary, hosted by the county party.
What do you think about ICE and what they're doing there?
I don't have a problem with ICE.
But did you see the video of the Renee Good being shot? What did
Yeah.
you think about that?
Well, she chose to be in that place, and it wasn't a good decision to be there. I'm very sad that she died. I just don't feel that the ICE was bad about it. They were trying to end a bad situation and keep us safe.
By killing somebody?
No, not by killing someone, but he had to defend himself too.
Anything that the Trump administration said in the aftermath make you feel uneasy? They branded her a domestic terrorist straight after this happened. I mean, to a lot of people that was extreme, out of line, unfair characterization of a mother of three.
Mothers of three can be terrorists as well. It happens everywhere. She was a paid protester. If you act like that, then you're going to get the label as well.
Many candidates here are centering their campaign on ending fraud in the state, following a social services scandal in 2022. The episode has been weaponized and exaggerated by right-wing YouTubers and Trump himself to spread racist tropes about Minnesota's sizable Somali-American population.
These Somalians have taken billions of dollars out of our country.
A lot of very low IQ people.
Brad Kohler is a former UFC fighter who's cast himself as a moderate in the race for governor.
They were saying that you guys are far left.
Oh, were they? Who
Yeah.
said that?
The guy that just walked up to me said you guys are with The Guardian, which is far left.
Oh, no, we're like a progressive news organisation. We're not
Oh.
far left.
Want to get my stuff in the background here?
Sure.
Yeah. You know, our politicians are so bad. I mean, we had a third world country come in with a less than 70 IQ come in and outsmart over $12 billion in fraud. That to me is insulting. So I don't exactly blame them fully. Our politicians are just as much to blame.
Branding an entire community low IQ is...
I apologize if that's what I meant. It's just that they're not aware of the American ways. That is what I really mean. They're good people.
What about when unarmed civilians are shot multiple times by agents as they're maneuvering their vehicle and killed on the streets of Minneapolis?
You know, that's a tragic thing that happened, but she got in the way of them doing their job. And that's what happened. It's unfortunate. But what do you do?
She was shot and killed.
She was shot and killed.
For getting in the way.
Yes. Unfortunately.
This is George Floyd 2.0. President Trump, if you see and hear this, I'm asking you to act on the Insurrection Act now, not wait. Get it done now.
We make these films all the time. You see these kind of political contrasts, complete polar opposite ways of viewing the world all the time in American public life now. But talking about somebody losing their life and to hear that kind of lack of empathy, that lack of sympathy is confronting, it's disturbing.
We head out to the Phillips neighbourhood, a multicultural community home to many Somali-Americans and targeted repeatedly by ICE. I've come to meet Fartoon Weli, who runs a non-profit organisation here. Though on the way, our Texas license plate had drawn some attention.
Hi. Yes. We're here to meet Fartoon over
They're
here.
following you because we think you're ICE, so if you can show your pass.
We're the Guardian newspaper.
Thank you from the Guardian.
They thought we were ICE.
Yeah, but that's what our community is doing. They're checking us. They're checking all the cars.
Fartoon came here as a refugee almost 30 years ago, and I wanted to understand how she felt about the most recent attacks.
I laugh when someone says the IQ, low IQ. I'll probably say double that. We're not. I've never heard anyone call Somalis low IQ, but
I heard someone say it the other day. We were interviewing somebody who's running for governor who said that exact slur.
what kind of a human being with that kind of a stupidity feed their soul? I practice empathy. I don't want to be taken back to where people are. But anyone who really understands even humanity would not be insulting a whole community that way.
She took me to a nearby Somali mall. It's usually bustling here, but ICE's actions have caused an economic downturn as people stay home.
Hi. How's business? 30 days this morning.
No. She hasn't made a sale in 30 days. Wow.
Remember, people left jobs, so then how are they going to spend? I just can't fathom the mindset that you're cracking something down, but people are pulling up themselves. You're just sliding them back into poverty and despair. It's just maybe someone that just had a couple of wines and then they're just thinking, oh, this is a video game.
Life's not a video game.
I'm like asking how, why, but there is no answer.
The site where Renee Good was killed has become a small community vigil.
Small girl.
She was doing the same sort of work that you were doing, and at the time when you had your interaction. I just wondered if it ever crossed your mind that what happened to her could have happened to you as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think like after she got killed, like we all felt that way. We were like, you know, she could have been any one of us, right? That doesn't mean that we stopped doing the work, you know? I think what a lot of us have seen is that like that motivated a lot more people to get involved because they were like, wow, like this is serious.
Mm-hmm.
It's a testament, yeah, to like the bravery of the people here. Yeah.